So, welcome to today's half and half class. In this class, all you will need is a resistance band, a chair which is sturdy and suitable to sit on, and the area you're working around a trip hazard free. So, with the resistance band, it's really important to check your resistance band before you use it. You're going to check to make sure there is no hair, no holes, rips or tears within the TheraBand. If there is, don't use it, buy a new one. If you put too much pressure through something that's got a hole on it, it will rip and it could hurt you and snap off. So once you've done your resistance bands check, we're back onto the chair now. So the chair we're sat on, make sure it's sturdy. It's not going to move anywhere. If the chair you're sat on has got wheels, please make sure our brakes are applied, our wheels are facing forwards, we've got a good level of stability. Is everybody good and ready to start moving? Perfect. So I just want you to start moving however you want to move. I want you to get as many of your joints and parts of your body moving, because as we know in the warm-up, it's all about getting joints nice and mobile. So we're warming up through that back, getting the arm mobile, the legs, moving the legs to the best of your ability, pointing your toes, getting yourself moving nice and steady. So when you're ready, just start wheelchair pushing yourself on a nice wheelchair, and we're going forwards and backwards. So we're not doing no cardiovascular today, so we've not got to go 1,000 miles an hour, we've not got to get the heart pumping at a million beats, we've just got to get the heart flowing a little bit more, so blood's a little bit quicker going around our body, and we're just nice big movements. We're going forwards and backwards with our wheelchair strokes. Nice and controlled. Bringing those arms backwards and forwards, well done. So we're now going to bring right hand across body, rotate that spine and touch your shin, left through to right, touch that shin. Well done. So we're going to rotate and go down as far as we can go. If you can't do it exactly how I'm doing it, that's not a problem at all. I want you to do it to the best of your ability and do what you can do for you today. So rotating and going down as far and low as you can, touching down your shin as close to your feet as you will go. Nice. Well done. Coming up straight, rotating and down. Straight, rotating and down. So sitting up nice and tall, and we're just going to go to the best of our ability to go up and overhead. Nice, big claps. So we know we love this one because this makes me feel like you're all giving me a massive round of applause, which I dreadfully crave. I crave your applause. Well done, nice clapping, well done. So we're going to have our arms down by our sides. And what I want you to do now is just walk yourself to halfway on your chair, so half your legs are off. And I want you to start becoming Elvis Presley. Have your Elvis Presley knees on the go for me, please. If you're doing this stood up, which some of you are, you can be Elvis stood up. He was best with his knees stood up. So doing your best to interpret Elvis Presley. If you want to sing along, no dramas, have a little sing song, going in and out of your Elvis knees. Well done. Brilliant. So we've gone from Elvis Presley, now we're going to become Dorothy, and we're going to do There's No Place Like Home, moving those feet in and out to the best of your ability. So you can do both at the same time, or you can do one at a time. I don't mind how much or how little you do, as long as you're doing the best that you can do for you today. Doesn't matter if we're just doing this here, I just want you to do your best to activate and send those signals for activation through that leg. Getting those heels going, heels together. There's no place like home. Let's be a bit like Dorothy. Well done. yourself back onto your chair. And then what we're going to do now is, if you can, we're just going to bring our heels out, straighten the legs and back in. So we're just going to try and bring our legs out and in. I don't mind how far out you go or how far in you go. Doesn't matter if it's just here and here. As long as you're going out and in as far as you can go for you today, that's what matters. Well done. Perfect. So, bring yourself back to 90 degrees and just start moving back in your wheelchair. We're going to go nice and slow. Just want you to keep moving, keep that blood going, that blood circulating around. I'm going to show you the first 4 exercises we're doing 3 times. Doing 3 times because we learn the exercise, we practice the exercise, we master the exercise. So the first one we're going to do, we are going to have the resistance band is going to be underneath our bum. So while you're watching and keeping yourself going, if you want to put a resistance band under your bum, more than welcome. So the first exercise we're going to do is we're going to alternate our arms. We're going to go into a frontal raise. So arm is going to be as straight as you can keep it, and we're going directly out to the front. So I'm here, out to the front, slowly back down. You all know, because I've taught you so many times, that going down slow and controlled is so important. I don't just want to see this. We're going up controlled, we're coming down really controlled. So that's the first exercise, going up into that frontal raise. Then we're going to put our elbows locked in against our rib cage. I'm coming up and I'm doing a bicep curl. So we know with the bicep curl, we start straight as we can. We're coming up against resistance and then slowly back down, finishing straight. Then we're going to go to an abduction. So we're here, we're going out to shoulder height, slowly back down. Shoulder height, slowly back down. Shoulder height, slowly back down. Well done. And then we're going to do an upright row. So we're down by our side. We're rowing close to our body, squeezing our shoulders, working that back. Into this upright row. So when we go up, we'll feel our back muscles working really hard, my shoulders working hard. And I'm keeping this as close to my body as I can. So of course, if doing these exercises with resistance is too much, we don't need resistance. We always know that I'd rather you have a better and fuller quality of movement than a rubbish quality of movement with resistance. So no resistance, better quality of movement if you can't do it fully with resistance. Any questions? Are we all happy to go on that? Perfect. So, getting your resistance band ready. We've got 15 seconds I'm going to give you to get yourself ready. Then we're going to that frontal raise. 10 seconds to go. So resistance band should be under, hands on the resistance band. We're going to go in 3, 2, 1, into that alternating frontal raise. Off we go. So good, keeping on going through. So as I just said, I'd rather you do it without resistance and have a full quality of movement than with resistance and not a very good quality of movement. So if you struggle with a resistance band, take it away, do it about, and just get that range through your shoulder. Nice, slow, and controlled. Well done. Just keep that up. So we've got 15 seconds to go until we go into that bicep curl. Nice and controlled. So with that bicep curl, we're going to start with our arms straight, elbows locked against our rib cage. We're going to do that in 3, 2, 1. So lock elbow against rib cage, arms start straight, Coming up into that curl, going down and finishing straight. So it's here, going up and down, finishing straight. Alternating your arms, making sure your arms start and finish as straight as possible, elbow stay as locked as possible. Off we go. Well done. Keep going. We have got 25 seconds to go, and then we're going to those abductions, or the lateral raises. Starting and finishing straight, taking your time. A good quality of movement over a rushed movement. Take your time. Slowly up, slowly down. Well done. We're going to go into the abductions in 4, 3, 2, 1. So we're going out to the side, slowly down. Out to the side, slowly down. Going out to the side, slowly down. Well done, keep going. Nice and controlled. Well done. Nice and controlled. Taking your time. Really taking time to go down nice and slow. I don't see people rushing this. Look how slow I'm going. There's no rush. We've got 15 seconds to go until we're going to do that upright row. So keeping our hands as close to our body as we can as we row up towards our chest. In 3, 2, 1. Once we finish that movement, down we go. So we're here and we're rowing up, elbows out, squeezing shoulder blades and back together, slowly going down. You know this. So we're here, we're going up, slowly down. Going up, slowly down. Keeping your arms as close to your body as you can. Really focus on really squeezing those back muscles together, shoulder blades together, squeeze them nice and tight as you're going up. Well done. Nice and controlled. 15 seconds to go. Well done, strong work. I've got time for one more controlled row up and a controlled going down. Put the resistance bands down and rest. How did we find that? Easy, hard, or okay? Some find that okay. Some found it good. Some good. Well done to all of you. So, if it was too hard, was it because we're using resistance? The resistance is too much. Take the resistance away. If you can't get full movement with resistance, take it away and do the best you can to get the full movement without resistance. We've got 10 seconds to go until we go back into that frontal raise. So get the resistance band in hands. We're going to go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straight out in front, nice straight arms, slow and steady wins the race. There's no rush when it comes to this. We're going up controlled, going down really controlled. Taking your time, perfect. Keep going. Well done. Nice and controlled, sitting up nice and tall. The only thing that's moving, or we're trying to move, is just our arms. Don't really want to see your body moving. Anything that would just these arms. Focus on getting these shoulders to work really hard. Going up and down. We've got 15 seconds to go, so we're going to that bicep curl. Nice and slow. So bicep curl in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So adjusting your weight, your resistance band. Coming up into that curl, elbows locked in, arms start and finishing straight. Taking your time, there's no rush. With this, we're in control of these movements. Nice and controlled, well done. Starting and finishing straight. Feeling that bicep work really hard, bringing you back up. Well done, keep going. 30 seconds to go until we're going to go into that abduction. Well done. Nice and controlled. Keep going. 10 seconds to go until we're going to duck that away into that lateral raise in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straight out to the side, slowly down. Nice, slow, and deliberate actions. This is perfect, well done. Well done, keep going. Nice and controlled. Taking your time, keep your arms straight as you can, go to shoulder height. If there's too much of a resistance band, take the resistance bands away. If there's too much about resistance band, we just want that elbow to go as close, as far away we can from the midline, close to the shoulder height as possible. Just going out nice and controlled. 10 seconds to go until we're going to go into that upright row in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So adjusting how you hold your resistance band and coming up and rowing up to chest high and slowly down. Remember, there's no rush doing this. We're going up, controlled, down, controlled, perfect. Up and down, nice and controlled. Well done, keeping on going. Perfect, keep that up, nearly done. 25 seconds to go. Nice, well done. Keeping on going. You've got 10 seconds to go and then you've got to rest. Nice and controlled. This will be the last one for me. Getting yourself up, slowly down. Rest those arms. How do you find that? Easy, hard, or okay? So okay, good. Easier or harder than the first round? Easier, who knows? Okay, good. We managed that, that's good. So we've got one more round of that to go, and then we're going to move on to some lower body and core work and back work. So we've got 30 seconds left of your rest. How are you feeling? You've got another round in you? Well done to all of you. So getting control back of your resistance band, we're going to go straight into that frontal raise. We've got 15 seconds to go to make sure you get yourself set up, sitting up nice and tall, shoulders back. We're going to go in 10 seconds time into that frontal raise. So we're going to go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Back up into our last set of frontal raises. Keeping the arm as straight as you can keep it. Nice and slowly up and down. Nice and controlled. Well done. Keep this going. Well done. If our arms are getting tired and we start the resistance bands but now we can't do a resistance band, that's not an issue at all. Keep working. Drop the resistance band, just do it against gravity. Do your best to get the full movement if you can. We haven't got long. We've got 15 seconds to go until we're going to go into that bicep curl. Well done. Keep going. Nice, strong movements. All the way up nice and straight. We've got 3, 2, 1. Into that bicep curl. Off we go. Elbow locked against ribs. Arms starting and finishing nice and straight. Going up and down. Well done. Keep going up and down. keep this up, making sure we start as straight as we can, as close to our shoulder as we can, and then slowly back down. Nice controlled movements, well done. Keeping on going. Well done, you're all looking fantastic. Keep going. We've got 10 seconds to go until we go into that abduction. Our last abduction. So we're going to go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Abducting straight out to shoulder height. So if we can't get to shoulder height with resistance, take the resistance band away. I don't want to see this. I want things nice and smooth. So if you can't do it smooth with resistance, take the resistance away and just be as smooth as you can without resistance. Keep going, well done. Nice and controlled. 25 seconds to go until we go into that last upright row. Good, keep going. 10 seconds left. I'm going to upright row in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So when you finish exercise, up into that row. Nice and controlled, elbows away, squeezing those back muscles together. Squeezing the back muscles together, perfect. So we're going to keep our hands as close to our body as we can as we row up. So rowing up and squeezing together. Perfect, keep going with that. "30 seconds to go and then you've got to rest. Keep that up. Well done. Nice and controlled. Not long. Last 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Put the resistance bands down and rest. How did we find that third and last set? Easy, hard, or okay? Okay, good. No one found it too easy or too hard. It was a good level. It felt alright. So we're feeling strong. Good. So while you were resting, I'm going to show you the next 4 exercises in 3 times. We learn, we practice, we master the exercises. That's why we're doing them 3 times. We're going to get the resistance band under both our feet. So if you could do that while I show you these exercises. So the first one we're going to do is a resistance band assisted deadlift. So I'm going to make the resistance band quite tall. So me sitting here, I can already feel it wanting to pull me down. So I'm now going to have a nice straight back. I'm bending down, so I'm doing a bow, shoulders back, chest forward. I'm not bending through my back, just my hips. And I'm coming up into that deadlift against the resistance bands. So I'm here, my back's nice and straight, straighter than I make it. And I'm coming up through that resistance band. I'm going as low as I can go. That's that. Second exercise is we're going to do a kick out if you can against resistance. So I'm going to have one foot with resistance band. I'm kicking out nice and straight. I'm bringing it back in, putting my foot on, changing feet, and kicking out. Or if you wanted, you can do just 30 seconds with this leg, and then I'll tell you when to change, and then change and do 30 seconds with this leg. We'll do resistance kickouts. If you find it too hard with resistance bands, just do your best to get your legs straight as you can unaided with resistance. Then we're going to go down, back into that bow, but we're now going to stay here and we're rowing up and squeezing our shoulder blades together. Happy with that one? Good. And then we're going to go into a leg abduction. So we're going to be moving from side to side against the resistance of the resistance band. If we find that with resistance too much, without resistance is fine. If we find that too much, we're just doing our Elvis knees. We want to get those knees as far away from midline and back in as possible. How do those four sound? Do they all sound doable? They all sound a little bit wibbly wobbly. Some's going to be easy, some's going to be hard, but we're going to give it a go. Yes, perfect. So resistance under your feet. We're going to go in 10 seconds time for that deadlift. So get it under your feet. Get the resistance appropriate for you and your deadlift. We're going to go in 3, 2, 1. Down to that deadlift. Off we go. Coming up. So we're bending down, nice straight back, like we're bowing, and then coming back up, working those lower back muscles hard. Going down, working through that lower back. Back up, well done. Coming down, and then back up. Nice and controlled, 30 seconds to go. Down, and back up. Down and back up. So we've got those kickouts in 20 seconds time. So you think about you doing one leg for 30 seconds or you alternating your feet. We've got 15 seconds till we're doing it. I'm going down and then slowly back up. We've got time for maybe one more deadlift. I'm going down, I'm slowly back up, and now I'm going to do my kickouts. So off we go. So I'm kicking one leg out. Bring it back in, I'm changing feet, I'm kicking out. Or we're just kicking the same foot out for 30 seconds. So we've got resistance, kicking that leg. Or we can do it without resistance, of course you can. You're your own boss, you know what you can do. But if you find kickouts quite easy, do that. If you're doing one leg, change legs and do the last 30 seconds on the other leg now. Taking your time. Kicking out nice and controlled. Well done. Keep that. We've got 10 seconds to go until we're going to bent over row. 3, 2, 1. So both feet under. We're going to go down and bow to the Queen again. Staying down there now and rowing up. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Squeezing those shoulder blades together. Squeeze them together. Nice. Squeezing. Well done. The further over we can go, the better. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Well done. 15 seconds to go until we're going to adapt those legs away. So keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, abduct those legs away, sitting up tall, abducting away. If we find that too hard of a resistance, take the resistance band away and just stepping out to the side. If that's too difficult, we're just doing our Elvis Presley knees. Knees go out, out and in. Well done. Nice, strong movements. Under resistance band, we're going leg out. We'll feel that all on the sides of our legs going up towards our bum. We're going to keep our toes facing forwards and then working hard through those legs. If we've got one leg that doesn't want to do the job, don't use resistance on the other leg, same on both sides. No resistance if both legs can't do it. We've got 3, 2, 1. Stop there and rest. How do you feel? Easy, hard, or okay? Some found it okay, some found it hard. No, I found it easy. That's good though. So we're all working to our limits, which is what we want to do. So keeping that resistance band under your feet, you've got a 30-second rest left of your rest. And then we're going to go back into the second set. So the first thing we're doing is deadlifts. So make sure you've got your resistance band, the tension at the appropriate level of resistance for you to be able to do a deadlift under resistance. We have got 10 seconds until we're going. So get yourself ready, get yourself down, get that resistance nice and taut. We're going in 3, 2, 1. Nice and straight, bowing down, straight back, coming back up. So having our shoulders back, chest out. Really promoting that nice straight back, going up and down. Perfect. If it's too much with resistance, take the resistance away. Do the best that you can do for you today. Going up and down. If you need to rest, have a rest. But just work to your limits, work to your level of ability. Keep going down, nice and straight, and back up. Perfect. Keep that going. Down and up. Nice and controlled. Really working these back muscles hard. So we're working our hip flexors and our core hard to get us going down nice and straight, and our back muscles getting us up really straight. Well done. I've got time for one more deadlift. I'm going down and back up. Now I'm going to go into my kickouts. So I'm going to do one leg for 30 seconds and then alternate to the other leg. So I'm now kicking out. I'm just doing my left leg for 30 seconds. My hands are staying in the same place, so my hands aren't moving. So my hands are fixed onto that resistance and my legs doing all the work. If one of your legs doesn't want to do this with resistance band, the other leg doesn't either. Make sure we keep it as symmetrical as we can. Changing legs now, so if you're doing one at a time, change legs, kicking out and slowly back in. Nice and controlled with our actions. Well done. Going out, squeezing those thigh muscles. We've got 10 seconds to go, then we're going to that bent over row, so both feet under resistance. Bend over as far as we can, squeeze your shoulder blades together, off we go. So I've got both my feet under resistance, I've bent over for the appropriate level of resistance. I'm rowing up to my chest, squeeze my shoulder blades together, and back down. I'm coming up and squeezing. Coming up and squeezing. If resistance is too much, we're just going to bend over and we're coming up to chest and squeezing. Once again, only bend over as far as you can go over that's comfortable and doable for you. The more horizontal we are, the harder we're working the muscles, but work to your limit, work to your standard today. So do the best that you can do, keep on going. We have got 10 seconds to go until we've abduct those legs away. So keep going. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sitting up nice and straight, abducting those legs away. Nice and controlled. We're going to try and keep our toes facing forwards. I don't want to see them going out because that turns off the muscles we're trying to work. So we're just having them facing forward as far as we can, slowly back in. If it's too much of resistance, take the resistance band away. I just want you to get a nice form of abduction through that leg. If that's too hard without resistance, we're just going to become Elvis Presley and do our Elvis Presley knees. Get that knee away from midline, bring it back in, away and back in. So if one of our legs isn't wanting to work, just become Elvis Presley. We've got 10 seconds to go, and then we're resting in 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest, shake yourself out. How was that? Easy, hard, or okay? It was okay, good. Well done to all of you, you're all doing amazing. We've got one more round left in us, and then we're cooling down. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So you've got 30 seconds left of your rest. So get your resistance band under feet. Get your hand, hold on to it. Make it the appropriate level of resistance for you to go and do that deadlift. We're going to get ourselves going in 20 seconds time, so get it under your feet. Get the tautness, the tension appropriate. We're going to go in 10 seconds time. Are we all feeling ready? We're going to go in 5, 4, deadlifts in 3, 2, 1, off we go. Going down, bowing down, keeping those shoulder blades back, chest sticking out. Going down and then back up. Going down, nice, slow and controlled, don't rush this. Making that core work really hard to get us down, and those backs work really hard to pull us back up. Control, going down, working really hard to get you back up. Well done. Keep that going. So how are you doing your third set of kickouts? Are you doing that alternating legs or one leg at a time? You've got 15 seconds to decide what's best for you. You're using resistance, you're not reusing resistance. 10 seconds to go, so I've probably got time for one more deadlift. Then I'm going straight into my kickouts. When you're ready, off we go. So I'm doing 1 foot for 30 seconds, and then I'm changing. So I'm kicking out as straight as I can, squeezing my thigh muscles, and then coming back in. Kicking out, and coming back in. Kicking out, well done, coming back in. So if you're doing one leg at a time, now's the time to change your legs. Get under the other leg resistance, off we go. So last 30 seconds of this. And then we're gonna go into that bent over row. We're using resistance bands for that. How far can you bend over? The more horizontal you get, the harder you're working the muscles. Going straight out, activating those thigh muscles, kicking straight out and back in. Good. Keep that going. I've got time for one more. So that's me done. I'm getting both feet under my resistance band. I'm equally loading through both hands. I'm bent over and I'm now doing my rows. Nice, strong rows. Really squeezing those shoulder blades together. Working hard through that upper back. Keep squeezing through. Squeezing through, well done. Keep going. Nice, strong movements. Keep that going. We've got 20 seconds to go until we're going to start going through that abduction again. So taking those legs away from the center of our body. If it's too much of a resistance band, take them away. If that's too much even then, just do your Elvis knees. We have got 5 seconds to go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Sit yourself up. Abducting out, keeping those feet facing forward. Don't let them turn out, which they're going to want to do. Keep them facing forwards. Working hard through the side parts of your leg and bum. Going out and back in. Remember, if one leg can't do it with resistance, don't use resistance at all. Work and move those legs as equal as possible. We've got 25 seconds to go, and then we're stretching out. Nice and controlled, keeping those toes facing forward. 15 seconds to go, so last little bit of work now. Just keep going. Well done. 3, 2, 1. Rest that. Put the resistance band down. Well done. How do we feel? Easy, hard, or okay? Okay, good. So look at the first set to the last. Easier or harder? Harder, okay, I'm saying easier. Okay, good, so we all worked really well. Well done to all of you. So, take a really big breath in. Nice and tall, stretching up high. And out. Big breath in. And out. One more really big breath in. Stretching tall and out. So if you've got the ability to, can you walk yourself to the edge of your chair so as much of your legs are free as possible and as safe? So I'm now going to straighten my left leg. My heels and toes are going to remain on the floor and the leg is as straight as I can make it. Both my hands are on my right leg. I'm taking a really big breath in. As I breathe out, I'm breathing out and leaning down towards my left leg. I'm going to go down until I hit the discomfort level that I can tolerate to stretch, and I'm holding this here. So I'm not stretching into pain, I'm just stretching to a slight level of discomfort. As I hold this stretch, that discomfort level will start to ease. When it starts to ease, take a really big breath in. Breathe out, drop a bit deeper into that stretch, and you'll feel the stretch intensify and move from under the knee more towards down the calf and up towards the hamstrings. Nice big breaths in and out, dropping down as it eases off. Nice big breaths. Breathe through that stretch and enjoy it. So you're going to take a really big breath in. On that inhalation of breath, you're coming up and off that stretch. And you're bringing that leg back to 90. You're going to bring the right leg out as straight as you can. Heels and toes are going to stay on the floor. Both my hands are on my left leg, which is bent. I'm now taking a really big breath in. As I breathe in, then as I breathe out, I'm breathing out and dropping down towards my right leg, which is nice and straight. I've dropped down to the level of discomfort that I can tolerate, and I'm holding that stretch there. Once again, we're not stretching into pain, we're just stretching to that slight level of discomfort. As we hold this stretch and that discomfort level starts to ease, take a big breath in, breathe out, drop a bit deeper onto that stretch, bring that discomfort level back up to what you can tolerate. Holding that stretch there, big breaths in and out. We're now going to take a really big breath in. On that inhalation breath, we're coming up and off that stretch. And we're bringing both legs back. So I want you now to bring both legs out nice and straight, just so our heels are on the floor and our toes are facing up. So we can wiggle our toes about. We're now going to take a really big breath in. We're going to breathe out and we're going to drop straight down to the centre of our body, and we'll feel that stretching on the bottom of the backs of my legs. I can't drop as deep as this. I can't drop as deep as I could doing the other stretch. But I'm in the discomfort level that I can tolerate, and I'm holding this here. Every breath in that I take, every breath out, I'm trying to drop a little bit deeper into that stretch, and I'm holding through. This is a big stretch, going through both legs. Nice big breaths in and out, keeping those toes to the ceiling. We're taking a really big breath in. On that inhalation of breath, we're coming up and off that stretch and bringing both our legs back to 90. We're going to then walk ourselves back in our chair, so we're leaning against the backrest of our chair. I'm now going to get my right arm, bring it up to shoulder height, bring it across my left hand side. My left arm is going to go underneath my right, it's going to go above the elbow, and it's going to reinforce my right arm moving as close to my chest as I can. I'm now forcing my right shoulder blade as far away from my spine as possible, so I now feel the stretch in the upper right hand part of my back and shoulder. I'm breathing through this stretch. As I hold this stretch, it will start to ease off. When that happens, force the arm a bit closer to your chest. Move that shoulder blade a little bit further away from your spine. Bring that discomfort level back up to what you can tolerate. These stretches are all of your bread and butter now. You know these stretches inside out. You know how to do them to fit your level of needs and limitations. Big breath in. As we breathe out, we're dropping that hand down. We're bringing the left over to the right under the left, above the elbow. We're now bringing that left arm as close to our chest as we can while reinforcing our left shoulder blade away from our spine. So we can now feel this in the upper left hand part of my back and shoulder. Once again, as we hold this, it will ease. When it eases, bring that arm closer to that chest. Bring that shoulder blade further away from your spine. Bring that discomfort level back up to what you can tolerate. Really big breaths in and out. Really big breaths in and out. We're taking a really big breath in. As we breathe out, we're letting go of our arms. We're leaning forwards, leaning back, opening our chest, squeezing shoulder blades together and holding this here. Open that chest, push that chest out, feel that stretch running through. Nice big stretch, really forcing that chest out. Elbows behind your back, squeezing your shoulder blades together, stretching through that chest. For me, I know my hands have to go behind my body, so I'm really trying to get them to go behind to really reinforce that stretch. And I'm relaxing through. I'm taking a really big breath in and out. Breathing in. Big stretching through that spine and belly and breathing out. So well done to all of you for doing today's half and half class. I hope you feel that you've worked and you've got the most out of it that you can. I hope to see you sometime soon in your next class. Well.